And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of MLB DFS Quick Hits, your Friday, June 25th edition. 13-game slate on tap for you. Hope you guys have a great Thursday and are ready for a big Friday of action. It's been a fun one. Astros did their thing, and the pesky, cheap Pirates got it done for us. So, an Astros-Pirate stack did some damage, and that was very, very nice. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter at BDintric, and check out the free Fantasy DGen Slack chat. Also, if you're a season-long fantasy baseball player, check out the Bench with Bubba podcast, coming at you twice a week, recorded on Tuesday with Bat Flip Crazy as usual. And on Thursday, I had Lucas Beery on with me to talk some more fantasy baseball. So check out all that good stuff. And also, if you like playing DFS, which you do if you're listening to this, and you like prop bets, which you probably do because you're listening to this, then check out Prize Picks. It's an awesome, awesome format. All the sports you can mix and match. You can do, win 3 out of 4 type deals. You can win overall deals, parlay, and do whatever you wish. Tons and tons of fun. And use promo code Bubba when you sign up. Get you a $100 first deposit match up to $100. So check all that stuff out over there at Prize Picks. It's great. We went 3 of 4 on Thursday night's picks. We had the over 17.5 outs for Luis Garcia. He had 18. We had over 1.5 walks and hits for Brian Reynolds. He had 4. We had over 8.5 assists for Chris Paul. He had 9+. I can't remember what the final one was there. And then the one we did not get, we had over under 2 3-point baskets from Booker. He had 1. So we missed that one. We got 3 out of 4. If you played the flex, it still paid out for you nice and easy. So we'll have some more going on for you there on Friday. I give my picks out in the Fantasy DGen Slack chat. So come join us there. All right. 13-game slate. We have a lot of the totals, not all of the totals. So bear with me on this. But what we do have so far, Orioles, Blue Jays, 10.5. Astros, Tigers, 9.5. Yankees, Red Sox, 10.5. Nationals, Marlins, 7.5. Royals, Rangers, 8. Rockies, Brewers, 7.5. Mariners, White Sox, 7.5. Pirates, Cardinals, 8.5. A's, Giants, 8.5. D-backs, Padres, 8.5. Cubs, Doyers, 9. So there you have it. Let's get into the pitching on this one. We got a couple guys over 10K, and they're both very much in play. First off, Carlos Rodon of the Chicago White Sox, 10-7 at home against the Seattle Mariners. Love me some Rodon. He's got 20 or more DK points in 8 of his last 10 starts. He has been an electric factory, 7 innings in both of his last 2 starts. He's given up 1 earned run or less in 8 of his last 10 starts. The strikeouts have been there, 8+ Ks in 9 of his, or 7+ Ks in 9 of his last 10 starts. He's in everything you can dream of and more. He has a Seattle offense that's striking out 27% of the time versus left-handed pitching, hitting 235 with a 90 WRC plus over the last month. So Carlos Rodon is a phenomenal play at 10-7. You can definitely go to the bank on that one. Framber Valdez 10-2 at the Detroit Tigers. Love me some Framber as well on this one. Since coming off the IL, it's been his last 4 starts, 7 innings or more, 2 earned runs, 1-1-1. So a total of 5 earned runs in his 28 1/3 innings pitched. And he has 5 or more Ks in 4 of those starts. He has 20 or more DK points in 3 of those 4 starts. Now he gets the Detroit Tigers team striking out 25.5% of the time versus left-handed pitching over the last month. So Rodon, Framber, both outstanding plays on this slate. Either way, you're good to go there. I'll probably go with Framber on this one, but Rodon has been such a consistent beast. If you want to pay $500 more, I think most will go to Framber. So you can potentially get a lower-owned Carlos Rodon in that matchup to go and target. Sean Manaea at $9,800. I will bring it up. His velocity's up. His pitch mix is a little better. He's got 20 or more DK points in 4 of his last 5. He has 19 or more in 5 straight starts. Distance is a problem for him. He's gone 5 1/3 and 5 2/3 in his last 2 starts. He's got 8 or more Ks in 3 of his last 4. That's good. He is facing the Giants, though. Very, very good offense. But they are striking out 25% of the time versus lefties. They are hitting 255 with a 186 ISO and a 114 WRC plus. So that's tricky. I'm probably not going to have too much Sean Manaea. If I do 20 lineups, I might have a couple. He's not one of my top options. I want Rodon. I want Valdez. Those are the 2 guys I want up top. But I wanted to mention Manaea as a very contrarian play if you want to pivot off the top 2. No Tony Gonsolin for me. Pablo Lopez, you can if you're making a bunch of lineups. Again, not one of my top plays. I'd rather Rodon, Framber, Valdez. Next guy on the agenda, though, Yusei Kikuchi at $9,200 in that same matchup opposite Carlos Rodon. Kikuchi has been absolutely outstanding. 6 or more innings pitched in 8 of his last 9 starts. He has 3 earned runs or less in all 8 of those starts, basically 18 or more DK points in all those starts. He's a strikeout machine right now. He's absolutely locked in, and he's facing a White Sox offense that usually crushes lefties, and they've been struggling, striking out 24% of the time versus lefties. 257 average, 164 ISO, 105 WRC plus Once one of the best teams versus lefties, they've turned into a good to slightly above average team versus lefties. So Kikuchi at 92 would be a great tournament play because he'll go virtually unowned because most still think the White Sox are the White Sox. They're good, but they're not what they used to be, especially versus lefties. So alone, Kikuchi in the tournament at 92, I like quite a bit. So he'd be a nice pivot off the big dogs as well. Now, this is not a malfunction. This is really what I'm about to say. Chris Paddack at $8,800 is in play tonight. Chris Paddack has looked good his last 2 starts. He's trying to mix the pitch mix up again finally. He's gone 6 or more innings pitched in 4 of his last 6 starts. He went 5 innings in his last one. He's given up 3 earned runs or less in 5 of those last 6 starts, and he has 6 or more Ks in 4 straight starts. That is something that intrigues me a lot. He's got 20 or more points in 3 of the 4. He's basically got 15 or more in 5 of the 6. And most importantly, he's at home against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are striking out 27% of the time versus right-handed pitching, 205 average, .092 ISO, and a 61 WRC plus versus right-handed pitching. Ketel Marte likely out. Eduardo Escobar is only pinch hitting right now. Maybe he gets back in the lineup. Phenomenal spot for Chris Paddack. For those regular listeners know my thoughts on Chris Paddack. This is how bad the Diamondbacks are, folks. And Paddack's slightly showing some changes, but the Diamondbacks are this bad. So Chris Paddack at 88 is actually a very, very good play. I like him quite a bit on this slate. Another good play in this range, though, is Mike Minor at $8,700 at the Texas Rangers. Minor's been outstanding of late. 6 or more innings pitched in 4 of his last 5. 2 earned runs or less in 3 of those 5. He does have long ball issues. Keep that in mind, but 5 or more Ks in all 5 of those starts. That helps get him out of trouble most of the time. And you get a Texas Rangers team who is not very good, period. Striking out over 21% of the time versus lefties, but a 216 average, 100 ISO, 63 WRC plus. So not striking out a ton, but not doing a whole lot of damage when they put the ball in play. So Mike Minor at 87 is a nice play on this slate. A couple more here. Alek Manoah is 81 versus Baltimore. Manoah's all or nothing. It's like he either goes strong and limits the damage. He went 6 innings, 1 earned against Boston. 5 innings, 1 earned against the White Sox. 6 innings, no earned against the Yankees. You know what he had in common in those? No home runs. Miami, 3 1/3, 4 earned, 3 home runs. Baltimore, 3 1/3, 5 earned, 4 home runs. He has 5 or more Ks in 4 of the 5 starts. That keeps him out of trouble. It's all about keeping the ball in the ballpark. He's $8,100 in a tournament. I think Manoah is very, very live. Baltimore's got the pop. They just got to him his last start, so you got to worry about that a little bit. But if you want to be super, super contrarian, but still get that ceiling potential with Manoah, you can. He's not a must, though. If this is like a smaller slate, you could definitely like force him in a little more. It's not as necessary, but at 81, he's definitely worth a discussion point at least. And then my 2 punt plays, if you need them, Dane Dunning just being a ground ball guy against Kansas City. You can take advantage of that. Kansas City's offense is really not that good right now. Striking out 20% of the time versus righties, hitting 263 with the 139 ISO and a 100 WRC plus. We've seen Dane Dunning spin some gems out there. So he's 6,400. He just doesn't go deep into the games. That's his biggest issue. But Dunning at 64 is a punt. And then Cal Quantrill, another guy, doesn't go deep into games. Not a lot of strikeouts, but can minimize the damage at 62. So kind of like Thursday night, not a lot of punts I like. So you can go Quantrill. You can go Dunning. I prefer Dunning over Quantrill if you need it. Those 2 are in play for you. Otherwise, you're going up top. Rodon, Valdez, both phenomenal. I'll go Rodon over Valdez because I think that's based on ownership. I think Valdez is more popular. I think he's a phenomenal play. But I'll go Rodon, hoping the ownership's less there. Kikuchi at 92, Paddack at 88, Minor at 87. Love those ones. You can use Manoah if you need to as well. But like if you can go Paddack, Minor, that's great. If you can go Paddack and with Rodon or Valdez, that's phenomenal. Lots of fun ways to go. Like in cash, like Valdez and Paddack is fine, or Paddack and Rodon. Either way, use one of the big dogs, match them up with Paddack and cash. I can definitely live with that. All right, the bats on this slate, catcher's position. You got some fun ones. It's a loaded slate, so we will miss some of these. But like Buster Posey versus lefty, if you want to, you can. But Gary Sanchez at 4,600 versus lefty. Sign me up. The Yankees should be very popular going up against Martin Perez, who started out the year pretty strong, but it's been a little downhill roller coaster ride for him of late. So Gary Sanchez at 46, definitely in play for you. Tyler Stevenson versus Drew Smyly at 42 is worth a gander as well. And then going below 4K, Max Stassi versus it's Kittredge and Fleming. So Stassi will get some at-bats versus the lefty Fleming at 38. I like that quite a bit. Tucker Barnhart probably gets the day off for Smyly, so keep an eye on that. But we'll stick with the Stassi at 38. William Contreras had the day off Thursday. He should be back Friday against Gutierrez. He's 32. John Stallings versus the lefty Kim at 3K is a nice value in that matchup. And then Victor Caratini is a phenomenal value at $2,800 versus Corbin Martin. Padres are a great stack. You get a value of Caratini at 28 against Martin, who's just not good. Lots of walks, lots of contact. And if you want a super punt, we talked about it before, Reese McGuire's 2,400 versus Matt Harvey. McGuire put up 11 more points on Thursday. He's been a very, very productive offensive player over the last couple of weeks. So McGuire at 24 is another nice one to take a peek at. First base position on this slate, you got Vladito at 62. He hit his 24th home run of the year on Thursday. He's a great play if you can afford him. Freddie Freeman, though, I kept saying he was due to break out. He had 4 hits on Wednesday. He had 2 more hits on Thursday, including a home run. The dude's crushing the baseball. He's 5,700. Olson's on fire, too. Oracle's going to be a little warmer than usual on Friday, so the ball should still carry in that ballpark against Johnny Cueto. So both those guys are in play if you want. I prefer Freeman over Olson on Friday, but both very solid plays. If you're fading Framber Valdez, Jonathan Scopes with the 52 would be super low owned in this matchup. Joey Votto, if you're stacking up Cincinnati, is $4,600. Nice look there versus Drew Smiley. Bobby Bradley, you got Dobnak and Jax. It's going to be an opener situation. The follower, Bobby Bradley at 45 in a tournament looking for that power upside. Got Darren Ruff at 43 versus Minaya. It's a bit steep, but it's not bad if you're stacking up the Gigantes. And then if you're looking for a few others like Kirillov's 34 versus Quantrill, I like that quite a bit as a value play. Danny Santana probably not going there. Ryan O'Hearn's up to 3K, which is a bummer. If Rowdy Tellez is in the lineup, he's 28 versus Harvey. He's been sitting a lot now that the Jays are getting healthy, but a $2,800 Rowdy Tellez versus Matt Harvey, that's fun. That's what baseball's all about, fun. And then if Phillip Evans cracks the Pittsburgh lineup, he's 24. He had a pinch hit and home run on Thursday. He might crack the lineup with the lefty Kim getting the start, so he's 2,400. Second base position, you got Altuve, had a night off Thursday. He's back. He's 6K. He's a great play. Very simple stuff there. Marcus Semien at 56. If you're stacking Toronto, you head that direction in a heartbeat. Chris Taylor's not bad either. But yeah, give me Semien and Altuve if you're paying all the way up. But Jonathan India at 51. If you're stacking Cincinnati, he's a must. I love Jake Cronenworth tonight against Corbin Martin. Again, we're attacking Corbin Martin. Cronenworth's been a beast. He's homered in 3 straight games. He has 5 home runs over his last 10 games, hitting .353 with 7 extra base hits, averaging almost 13 DK points per game over the last 10. So Cronenworth's a great play. Ozzie Albies went deep on Thursday. He's 47 a great play. So you don't have to pay all the way up. As much as I like Altuve, you can be different with other Astros and still get guys like Cronenworth and Albies that are super productive in this game. Brandon Lau, we like targeting him right versus right-handed pitching. He's 46. I kind of like Albies and Cronenworth more, but Lau could be a nice contrarian tournament type one-off situation there. Yeah, Adam Frazier at 38 versus Kim. Frazier went deep for us on Thursday in our Pittsburgh stacks, so don't hate that versus Kim. Some cheaper ones, Tony Kemp at 34. We love him, especially leading off for Oakland, so you can keep going that direction. And then other than that, if you get all the way down here, not a ton. Like if you want David Fletcher, if you want Nicky Lopez, you can go there. But I'm probably not going too much farther than Tony Kemp if I don't have to. Third base, Arenado at 57 is intriguing versus Crow. Jose Ramirez at 56 for some bad Twins pitchers is quite intriguing as well. And then you got Rafael Devers versus Domingo Germán at 53. So you got a few options up top. I'd pick J-Ram out of the crew if you need one up here. But Manny Machado at 5K, back to the Padres versus Corbin Martin. We want to attack Corbin Martin and hope the Padres bats wake up. So that's where we're at on that one. Farther down, though, Matt Chapman at 47 is swinging it well. Eugenio Suarez versus the lefty in Great American Small Park, $4,500. Keep that one in mind. Brian Hayes has been super, super productive. He's 43 versus Kim. So if you're stacking up Pittsburgh, is very, very live. Once again on this slate, Wander Franco's up to 42. Now we're going to start passing on him, folks. See if Gio Urshela cracks the lineup. He's 39 versus Martin Perez, but at the same time, Austin Riley's 39. Another nice game for you on Thursday. He's just been a very, very productive guy hitting 4th and 5th in that Atlanta lineup. So good piece of a stack there. Abraham Toro's only 35 versus Wandy Peralta. So, yeah, Houston, again, you're stacking them up. Abraham Toro at 35 is a very, very nice value in that stack. Shortstop position now, you got Tatis. Phenomenal. We love the Padres. You love Tatis. We love the Jays. We love Bichette, 61. They're both over 6K. It's pretty banana lands we live in, but those are the days. So if you're stacking up, you're using them. Probably not one-offing them here because you're probably going to need some value. So you're going to use those guys in stacks. Carlos Correa's at 52 in a stack. That's how you're looking at those guys. But if you're looking to save some cash, You drop down like Jorge Polanco's 43 versus Quantrill. That gives you a little bit of salary relief. Don't mind that one bit. Ahmed Rosario at 39 versus the Twin situation's a good value as well. And then Gleyber Torres at 35. He's really struggled of late. So if you're stacking New York, go for it. If you just want a regular value, a guy like Dansby Swanson at 34. He's led off the last 2 games with Acuna out injured. So if he's leading off again at 34, it's a phenomenal value for Dansby Swanson. Heading to the outfield, there'll be tons of guys on the 13-game slate. You got Soto, who's slowly heating up, so don't sleep on him. Yeah, Winker, but Jordan Alvarez is nuclear. He had a grand slam on Thursday. The dude is hitting everything out of the ballpark, it feels like. He's 6K, and it's going to be very chalky, but very good. Yeah, Mookie Betts hopefully in the lineup for the Dodgers against Arrieta. The Dodgers are another nice late-night hammer on the West Coast. You got Austin Meadows at 57. But give me Jordan Alvarez and Juan Soto if you're paying all the way up here at the 5,500 and above range. For going some cheaper options, got Aaron Judge, who had a nice little Thursday for you, 3 for 3 with a double, a homer, 32 DK points. He's 5,100 versus Martin Perez. Should be a fun one. You got Castellanos, who went deep on Thursday. He's 5K versus a lefty in Great American Small Park. So Judge and Casty, both great plays. And like I always say, there's always expensive guys. When you go down the outfield list, it's like, why pay up with all these other options? So you got those guys going for you if you're going to pay up. But again, below 5K now, there's going to be tons of options. You got Cedric Mullins at 47 if you need to go there. You got Tommy Pham at 46. You got Laureano at 46, all pieces of stacks. You got potentially the hottest hitter in baseball, and Kyle Schwarber, who double-dogged again on Thursday. The dude is just unconscious right now. So he's got 2 homers Thursday. He had 1 homer on Wednesday, didn't homer on Tuesday, had 3 home runs on Monday in a doubleheader, I believe. No, that was not a doubleheader. And then he had 2 homers in the doubleheader against the Mets prior to that. So it's 5, 6, 8 homers in his last 5 games. $4,500 for Schwarber versus Pablo Lopez. Like Michael Brantley at 45 is a phenomenal price tag, and Starling Marte at 44 versus Johnny Lester. Big fan of that one. Like some more Marlins action tonight against Johnny Lester. So Marte at 44 is a very nice value. You got Kevin Biggio at 44, Cody Bellinger at 43. Nice price tag now that he's off the IL as well. Again, if you want some cheap Toronto bats, you got Grichuk at 43. You got Verdugo at 42 versus Herman with the Boston Red Sox. Another cheap Houston Astro, Kyle Tucker, is only $4,200 versus Wandy Peralta. You know, he came back from the IL, put up 16 points for you on Wednesday, put up, I think, 6 or 8 on Thursday. Very, very good hitter at $4,200. Trent Grisham's a nice value at 41 in that San Diego stack we like. Pretty much find your stack and get your poisons here because there's a ton of really good values at the position. Going below 4K now. Max Kepler's only 38. That's got some pop to it. AJ Pollock, if he starts, he's 37. Will Myers, 37. Lourdes Carrillo hit a grand slam on Thursday. He's 37. So, again, if you're stacking the Dodgers, the Padres, or the Jays, there's a $3,700 outfield out there to help you save some cash and probably be different as well because they won't be that popular. Abraham Almonte, if you're stacking up Atlanta, he's $3,500 hitting 5th or 6th now. Nice piece of Atlanta value for you. Tony Kemp, 34, talked about that earlier. Josh Naylor's 34 if you're really going deep on Cleveland. Not a must, but if you are, Carlson's 33 versus Crow if you're looking for some fun there. I think I passed the guy I wanted to talk about a second ago. Yes, Adam Duvall is $3,600 versus John Lester. He's one of my favorite GPP values on this slate because we know what he can do. He's all or nothing, but when he's all, it's all. So Marte at 44, Duvall at 36. You can get some nice cheap Miami bats in there versus Johnny Lester. Going down even cheaper now. Brian Reynolds is only $3,100. Had a monster Thursday. He switch hits. He'll bat 3rd versus Kim. He's $3,100. That is way too cheap. Way too cheap. So keep Brian Reynolds in mind. And then below 3K now, you get the likes of Harold Ramirez is still 3K. He's interesting. But below 3K, so a lot of our guys we used to like got promoted to above 3K, which is very impressive. Like Miles Straw, still 27. He let off on Thursday because Altuve had the day off. He'll go back down, but still 27 is a nice price tag if you're stacking up. The Astros, Ender Inciarte has been playing quite a bit. He's 2,500 for the Braves. So he's another value if you need it. Mentioned Phillip Evans earlier at 24. So there'll be a few guys down here if you need them. So keep an eye on the lineups. And then Daz Cameron is 21. If you're not using Framber Valdez, that's a nice value. And then I mentioned it the day before, but Nootbaar of St. Louis, the prospect, got called up. He had another hit or two on Thursday is only 2K versus Crow. So he's a very, very nice value if you're looking for it. All right, recapping your pitching real quick. Rodon and Valdez up top. I'll take Rodon over Valdez purely for ownership reasons. I think Valdez has a monster game, though. So they're both really good. Kikuchi, Paddock, and Minor in that high 8s, low 9 range. Like them all very, very much. Paddock, I pretty much have Paddock with Rodon or Valdez in your cash games. And then Manoah's a nice GPP play. And if you're looking for a punt, Dunning and Quantrill is where I'd go there. If you're stacking, you got to love Toronto. Great American Small Park is very live again. Prefer Cincinnati over Atlanta, but both very, very live. I think Miami is a very contrarian value stack versus Washington and Johnny Lester, so don't mind that. New York and Boston will be popular. Houston's going to be a smash spot yet again. Just watch the weather there. Going a little deeper into the slate. Cleveland's intriguing. I just can't pull the trigger yet. Pittsburgh, I want to play them again. We'll have to see how that lineup looks against Kim because with the lefty, it could get interesting. And then you got some fun. Like Oakland could be good versus Cueto. Love the Padres. So my main ones right now, Padres, Reds, Yankees, Toronto, Houston. If I have to pick just two, it is San Diego to be different because they'll be lower owned. And then it's Houston, Toronto. I'm picking three. It's Houston, Toronto, San Diego. And then for my contrarian value stack, the Miami Marlins. That's where I'm going on those ones. So you got your stacks. You got your pitchers. If you want to take some prop bets, those are fun. They'll be in the Fantasy DJ Slack chat in the Prize Picks account. Go check out Prize Picks. Download the app. Sign up using promo code Bubba, and you'll get a $100 first deposit match, up to $100, I should say. First deposit match over at Prize Picks. It's a DFS meets prop picks. It's an absolute blast. So go check them out on Prize Picks. Go listen to the Bench with Bubba podcast for your season-long fantasy baseball. Give a rate and review to Quick Hits and Bench with Bubba. I'd really appreciate it. And check out my written content at rotoballer.com Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The premium values article. If you'd like to become a premium member, join RotoBaller by using promo code Bubba for an extra discount on the rest of the MLB season. But that'll do it, folks. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. I'll be back with you guys on Monday. But for now, MLB DFS Quick Hits your Friday, June 25th edition in the books. I'm out.